Thank God it's Friday. Monday's a brand new start. Wednesday, you're halfway home, and Thursday, the weekend's not far. Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. What can you say about Tuesday? Nothing, not a damn thing. Tuesday bites, Tuesday sucks, Tuesday blows, go away. Tuesday's crap, Tuesday's lame, Tuesday's dumb, go away. Tuesday, Saturday and Sunday, you hang with your friends. But what can you say about Tuesday? Nothing.
That's right, Woodchuck Chuckers. It's Groundhog Day.
No. That was yesterday.
We can't lean into that joke? We can't do the same thing?
6 more weeks of winter, although mild, continuing mild this week.
For us, yeah. Obviously, some parts of the country. But
Nashville, dude.
yesterday, Groundhog Day, and just sort of kind of capitalizing on that by continuing the Bill Murray joke of waking up to the same damn thing every single morning. So, no, Groundhog Day was yesterday, and yes, he did see his shadow. And Punxsutawney, I don't know what the rest of the people did, because there's one in New York, and then there's Sun Prairie Jimmy, and there's a whole bunch all around the country. But the one that everybody cares about, that only gets it right about 35% of the time, is Punxsutawney Phil, and he saw his shadow. So that means we're having 6 more weeks of winter. But later this week, we're looking at temps in the mid-30s.
Yeah.
Which
Continued
isn't too bad.
mild for us.
What's new on New Release Tuesday? We'll tell you about that. We'll get to some Super Bowl stuff. Going to talk about some betting and some of the halftime performances. I'm waiting to find out for sure if Grant Bills is going to join us at 8:15 as he normally does.
I saw some beautiful pictures of him landing yesterday in California
Michaels, yeah.
along with the Bill Michaels team to broadcast from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so he is in California for the Super Bowl all this week. I listened to a portion of his program yesterday afternoon, and I forgot to text him. He was supposed to text me actually yesterday to kind of align our schedules and make sure we're good to go. We've got a lot of other stuff to get to. rockmornings.com if you want to be a part of the program. You can text us, you can download the apps, and you can also submit voicemails and pictures and videos right there through the apps. It's always a pleasure to hear from you guys. You cut your finger this morning?
I did.
What were you doing that required you to have something sharp around your fingers before you left for work?
I was, oddly enough, I was moving things around in the refrigerator, and I was combining some leftovers into one container.
What are you doing? It's like 4 a.m. It can wait. It doesn't have to happen.
Well, I was considering bringing it for lunch.
Okay.
And then I opted for the stupid diet frozen thing I already have here. It was.
And so you cut your finger on something in the fridge?
It was a lid of one of the. So we had some leftover pasta. You're gonna wish I brought this. I had some leftover pasta in one container, some leftover Alfredo sauce.
Okay.
In another.
That's my jam.
And some chicken.
Okay.
So I took and I made like one container of something I could bring that had some of each one of the things in it, and one of the lids on the Alfredo sauce cut my finger.
How did a lid cut your finger?
I don't know.
Calamity Jean strikes again.
It was a plastic Tupperware thing. And
plastic Tupperware
cut
lid.
Me on the wrong thing.
Cut your finger.
It did. And I threw out a couple little mini cucumbers that were kind of in the produce drawer. And
You're so crazy. You are so insane. I love it, but you're insane. That unrelenting need to fiddle. You're a fiddler. And you can't stop yourself. You can't just let bygones be bygones.
I can. I definitely can.
No, you cannot.
I can.
You just told me that you made some sort of Alfredo chicken combination this morning before you came to work.
I did.
And then you didn't even bring it. You just made it so you could bring it and then you rethought you're a fiddler. You can't help yourself.
I looked at it a couple different times. And
I'm sure. And then you cut yourself on a plastic lid, on a Tupperware lid.
I did.
Stop fiddling. All right. Lots to get to. Don't go anywhere. rockmornings.com to get in touch with us.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
As we mentioned a few minutes ago, the groundhog, in case you're living under a rock, The groundhog saw his shadow yesterday, and we've got 6 more weeks of winter coming up.
Now on this February 2nd, Punxsutawney Phil, the seer of seers, prognosticator of all prognosticators, was awakened from his wintry nap at dawn on Gobbler's Knob. We look to the future and not just the past. So I suppose this party could use a forecast. It is my job this February 2 to look to the skies and report back to you that there is a shadow here on my ground. 6 more weeks of winter abound.
He sounds
Man,
too excited about
Those
that.
guys get really amped up about this whole thing.
6 more weeks of winter.
Yeah. We did watch Groundhog Day last night, the wife and I. Tradition, unlike any other. One of our many. But watched Groundhog Day and then went to bed and woke up and everything was different.
Well, it's February.
Yeah.
All I can watch is videos of the poor people in Nashville.
Eh.
What do you mean, eh?
You know me, I don't have sympathy for people who can't figure out how to deal with snow. I just don't. It doesn't.
I'm talking about people who have been without power for 7 days, and then,
That too.
their insurance agents are, they have pipes freeze, and I mean, it's below 30 degrees, 24, 3. There's old people with no heat and electricity, and then their pipes are freezing, and insurance companies are saying, well, you should have done something to get the water out of the house within 24 to 48 hours. And they're like, with what? We have no electricity.
You mean insurance companies
sump
don't
pumps.
care?
Right.
Yeah,
And there's still
shocking.
70,000 people without electricity 7 days in the cold. And yeah, after a week.
Founding member and lead vocalist of Three Dog Night, Chuck
Saw that
Negron,
last night, yeah.
has now died at the age of 83 at his Studio City, California home. In his obituary, they say he was dealing with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD, and also had heart failure in the months leading up to his death. He was born in 1942 as Charles Negron II to a Puerto Rican nightclub performer. He was raised in the Bronx, spent his childhood playing basketball and singing doo-wop songs. Recruited by the Allen Hancock College and later California State University to play basketball, bringing him all the way to L.A., where he would continue to explore his career in music. And then in 1967, he joined Danny Hutton and the late Corey Wells to form Three Dog Night, a vocal trio blending R&B, rock and roll, urban doo-wop, and a bunch of other styles into one.
Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come.
They had several classic hits. 2-time Grammy-nominated Joy to the World. Jeremiah was a bullfrog.
Big time.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Yeah. Show Must Go On. Old-fashioned love song. Chuck Negron, lead singer of Three Dog Night. Dead at the age of 83. When you were in Italy, I don't know if you... did you go to the fountain? The Trevi fountain?
I did.
And did
Trevi,
they...
I think.
Trevi? Okay. Did they charge you to take a selfie with it?
No.
So this is brand new then. The Trevi Fountain in Italy launching a new ticketing system earlier this week, making the famous Rome landmark the latest tourist site to charge entry in a bid to raise money and battle overcrowding. I got to be honest. If you're one of these cities and you have one of these landmarks that's been a part of your community for centuries, and your taxpayers or your government is spending money to maintain it, and all these people are getting shine out of it for free, why not?
Yeah, I was going to say, I had to look into it a little bit because that whole area is like a large city block, right? So the fountain sits like this, and then it goes all the way around, and there's businesses and restaurants, and it goes like this. So I was wondering how they would be able to implement that, and what it is a upfront viewing area.
Yeah.
So like they can't charge people to be
in the square and walking around and checking out the businesses.
And you could take a selfie; it would be in the back. But if you wanted to be like up front, right?
Well, it's like the people that do the Leaning Tower of Pizza, right? Like they tend to stand further away, so you get it in the the entire thing in the shot. But this is more for people who want to be right up close and personal.
Yes.
And it's not a whole lot either, by the way. It's only like $1.68. But people posing in the sunshine in front of the Trevi Fountain are going to be paying now for access €2.
Yeah, it's an upfront area where you can, you are right alongside of the fountain. And hey, like you said, I don't fault them for doing that. It's a mess down there. Not trash or garbage or anything. I just
so
mean
many
it's a lot of people.
Well, and they're doing this too at other landmarks all across the world because these are hot spots for people to go and see these things and take pictures, and it's a way for them to capitalize on the tourism, especially for places that don't charge for any of this stuff. Do you play Wordle still?
You know what? I took a real long, big break.
And you just jumped back in?
I literally started back up this weekend.
Okay.
I played last night. Cigar.
What's that?
The word was cigar.
Cigar. Okay, well, did you ever have cigar before?
No, but I heard that they're going to be starting
They're reusing words. Yeah, Wordle announcing as of Monday, yesterday, previously played words may be reused. They said they have some exciting news to share. Starting on Monday, we will begin adding previously run words back into play. So we've run out of 5-letter words. Is that the deal? Is there a version where there's 6 letters?
I don't know, but
7 letters, 8 letters? Are there other letters?
I play I guess if you play every single day and you remember everything and you never want, you know what I mean? Like
Dorkmeyer over here?
There's a couple people that I know in the world that might be like that, but for me, I don't, you know what I mean? Throw them back in the mix. You run out of Trivial Pursuit cards, too, or whatever.
Well, yeah. If you play the same Trivial Pursuit...
Cards Against Humanity.
You're going to see the same thing pop up.
You can buy additional packs of cards, but...
Wordle announcing recently that they, starting yesterday, they are going to be reusing words from now on.
Yeah. I don't know that I'd remember the 5-letter word I guessed 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I would, but...
Did you get the cigar, or did you...
I did.
How many letters did you have right in the first?
I had the C was in the correct place, and I had A in the incorrect place.
Okay. You don't do the Wheel of Fortune, RSTNLE?
No.
Here we go.
No, I like to use different words, but I started with my nephew's name because I like that. I think it's Chase is his name, Chase. So it gives you a nice mix of things. So I often start with his name.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to sports after 9 Inch Nails.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. The Bucks have now lost 5 in a row, 8 of their last 9. Giannis is definitely heading somewhere else, so things are not going to get any better anytime soon. The Bucks are at home against Chicago tonight. That game tips off at 7 p.m. The Badger men's basketball team, who are doing really well.
On the flip side of everything, yes.
Are off until Saturday when they will be at Indiana at 11 a.m. on Fox. So an early morning Saturday tip-off for the Badgers. One day after the NFL's coaching carousel came to a stop with 10 head coaching jobs filled, but only one by a minority candidate, the commissioner of the NFL, Roger Goodell, said the league would take a closer look at the Rooney Rule and all that it encompasses to continue to make progress on diversity. He said, quote, I think we have become a more diverse league across every platform, including coaching, but we still have more work to do. There's got to be more steps. We're reevaluating everything we're doing, including the accelerator program, including every aspect of our policies and our program to meet the challenges of today and yada, yada, yada. But apparently unhappy with the coaching hires and the results this go around, so they're going to take another look at the Rooney Rule.
Okay.
Saints are going to be playing in Paris.
So they've announced the international battles for last.
They haven't really announced them. They're going back to Mexico City. They made that announcement, but they haven't said what teams are going. They did say though that the Saints, who started working on this Paris thing a couple of years ago, they're going to be playing there in 2026. Next season. They haven't announced the opponent yet, but the league announced their first regular season game in Paris during the upcoming season. The game will be played at the France's National Stadium. The Saints' opponent in the game will be announced when the NFL reveals their full schedule later this spring. Also, I don't know if you saw this, but Benji Taylor, the men's basketball coach at a Division II school, Tuskegee University,
I did not see this.
was escorted off the court in handcuffs after a post-game incident on Saturday. So, yeah, the game was over. The players were lining up for the handshake, and apparently there were some football players from the opposing team that were getting involved, and he was trying to calm things down, and the next thing you know, this guy's got handcuffs slapped on him, and he's getting taken off the court. And there wasn't even a fight or a melee or anything. It wasn't like anything that was arrestable. It's kind of crazy. Videos all over social media
man. So he didn't
show this guy confronting a security officer as players from Tuskegee and their rival Morehouse College were exchanging handshakes following Saturday's game after a brief, which is normal, right? After the game's over, you go through the handshake line. After a brief exchange, the officer placed Benji Taylor, again, the men's basketball coach at D2 Tuskegee University, in handcuffs and led him off the court into a hallway at the Morehouse Forbes Arena. Taylor and Tuskegee Athletic Director Reginald Ruffin both stated that Taylor asked the security guard to help remove multiple Morehouse football players from the handshake line. So these aren't even basketball players. These are football players for the school.
And he's just saying, hey, security, can you help me out and do your job here?
Taylor said in a statement the football players were yelling obscenities, while Ruffin added that the football players were creating a security breach. He would release a statement on Saturday evening saying, I am at a loss for words, and I am upset about how I was violated and treated today. For my players, my family, and people of Tuskegee to witness that is heartbreaking to me. I was simply trying to get the football team out of the handshake line as they were following right behind me and the team yelling obscenities. It was a very dangerous situation. He has now apparently hired a civil rights attorney and is looking at maybe suing some people.
Yeah, the president of Tuskegee, Mark Brown, said that his conduct remained measured and professional and consistent with the expectations of a head coach and trusted with the safety of his team. So he didn't act out or get crazy or start punching people or anything like that.
Right.
So
no,
and
no shoving, no kicking, no spitting, no biting, no punching, no nothing. Just trying to, probably, very concerned because you've got a bunch of people on the and those things can, they can fall apart at a moment's notice. So
his conduct again remained measured, professional, and entirely consistent with the expectations of a head coach. The lawyer that they hired, by the way, said to put him in handcuffs and treat him like a criminal in front of his team and his family and the fans. And
I don't even know if he got arrested. He just got put in handcuffs and taken off the court.
Right.
Because this is a security guard. I don't think it's an actual officer, like with the police department. So I didn't quite get the rundown on that in terms of whether or not he was arrested or if he was just, put into handcuffs.
Removed from the situation.
Which is what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Last but not least, I got a text the other day from Doc who said, hey, when you talk to Grant on Tuesday, ask him about the Brewers and their TV situation. And then I got a text message yesterday from Doc. Said, well, I guess I answered my own question. It's not good if you're a Brewer fan because this is not going to be easy to find your team and watch the games this year. They released a post yesterday on their social media accounts and on their website. Brewer games will be produced and distributed by Major League Baseball, making games available to in-market fans on cable and satellite television, as well as through the MLB direct-to-consumer streaming platform. The new arrangement will give fans multiple options to watch the Brewers on television and digital streaming. Fans within the Brewers' home television markets will have the option of watching games on cable and satellite TV or streaming live through MLB.tv. Information on cable and satellite providers, including specific channel locations, will be announced at a later date. Fans will be able to purchase a Brewers streaming subscription through MLB.com or the MLB app when packages go on sale in February. All 162 Brewer games in 2026 will be available through either local distribution or via Major League Baseball's national telecast partners. Now, my wife and I have had MLB.tv for a long, long time because my team is out of market, obviously the Red Sox, and we don't pay for it. We get it through our cell phone provider every year for free, which is great because it saves us like $120 or whatever. But, yeah, best of luck to Brewer fans. That sounds crappy. Trying to track that down and figure out, not to mention the games that are exclusively on YouTube or whatever, and it's like, come on, man.
So Major League Baseball will have the rights to all of the games, then?
They're going to be producing, the MLB is going to produce and distribute the product. And so, again, it is going to be on local channels, and it is going to be on satellite, and it is going to be on the MLB.tv, but I'm guessing they're just going to get rid of the blackout problem because if you live in Market and you try to watch the games, they black them out because they want you to watch them on these other services.
Sure.
But yeah, oof, what a headache.
Well, all of that's starting to be, isn't it? For all sporting events.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
yes, it is. If you haven't seen it, it's all over their social media accounts. You can check it out and find out more. Go to their website. But might be a little bit tougher to find those Brewer games in 2026. Volbeat in a couple of minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene on your rock station.
Hello, old friends.
What do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
I want to make a carrot cake.
You couldn't have picked a better date.
What is that?
Today is National Carrot Cake Day.
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake. Carrot cake.
Oh, don't tell me what's in it. The diet starts tomorrow.
My diet starts tomorrow.
Carrot cake. Is it a dessert or a vegetable?
Does anybody have the time? It's showtime.
Carrot cake day. Eat some friggin' carrot cake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. National Carrot Cake Day.
you could have a muffin, like a carrot cake muffin with the cream cheese frosting for breakfast. That counts, I would think.
Also, National Golden Retriever Day.
Yeah, I saw. Gonna post Junie's pictures later on.
All right. Are we doing a new series, a new photo spread, or just old school pictures?
Probably just old.
All right. National Carrot Cake Day, National Golden Retriever Day. Feel free to send us pictures of your Goldens.
Ooh, yes, please.
Got a text from Nikki. Said, good morning. Since Groundhog Day is still a topic of discussion, isn't an early spring and 6 more weeks of winter basically the same thing?
Uh-huh.
I have never understood this. Just saying. Have a great day. Well, spring starts, what, March 21st?
Sounds about right.
Which is essentially 6 weeks from now?
I see what's happening here.
No, Nikki, I think what you're confusing here is that when the groundhog sees his shadow, allegedly, according to the lore, the myth, that just means everything's happening as normal, right? That winter is we're going to get 6 more weeks of winter. But if he doesn't see a shadow, that means we're getting an early spring, which means spring weather's going to come before March 21st. That's kind of the gist of it.
Well, we'll start trending that direction. Another way, other than those, fluky weeks or days where it's super cold or you get that really wet, 6-7 inches of snow that all of a sudden dumps. We're on our way. Yeah, thank you very much. We're on our way there. You know what I mean? Like, we're on our way.
Yeah. Again, the groundhog in Punxsutawney has only been right 35% of the time in the 100 and some odd years that he's been doing this damn thing, so I wouldn't really take it as the word of God.
That light at night is starting to get significant.
Said that to my wife. We were downstairs watching something, and I went upstairs a little after 5 o'clock to go get the dog at daycare. And as I came up the stairs, I said to my wife, I'm like, oh, it's still light out.
Yeah.
It's after 5.
It's starting to be significantly noticeable. We were driving home, the other night, and it's like, oh my gosh, we used to try to beat the dark, and you don't have to anymore. It's still good.
Tonight on television on NBC, it's the NBA Coast to Coast Tuesday. Dallas Mavericks hosting the Boston Celtics at 7 o'clock. And then you've got the Trailblazers hosting the Phoenix Suns at 10 o'clock. Back-to-back Coast to Coast Tuesday NBA games on NBC. Over on BET, it's a 2-hour special, MLK Jr. Beloved Community Awards. Honorees include Viola Davis, Billie Eilish, the Sesame Workshop, and the LeBron James Family Foundation. 2-hour special starting at 7 o'clock on BET. Over on ESPN tonight, it is the 2026 NFL Pro Bowl games. Jerry Rice coaching the NFC team. Steve Young coaching the AFC team. SVP Scott Van Pelt will do the play-by-play with Jason Kelsey and Dan Orlovsky serving as the analyst for the Pro Bowl games. Episode 5 of Star Search is on Netflix today. And also the second season finale of Fallout is on Amazon Prime. New stand-up special, too, on Netflix today. It's from Mo Gilligan. It's called Mo Gilligan in the Moment. New stand-up special on Netflix premiering today.
They'll tell you icks you didn't even think there was an ick. They'll make you change your whole life. Yeah? They'll be like, do you remember when we was getting ready and we came to see Mo? Yeah? Yeah? What did you do when you got changed? I don't know. I got out of the shower and then I put on my clothes. No. You didn't just do that. What did you put on first? I don't know. I got out the shower. Do you know what you done? What did I do, babes? You put your T-shirt on before your boxers, yeah? Yeah? Listen, this is called a Winnie the Pooh, apparently. Women, is that it? A man who puts a T-shirt on before the boxers? Look all the women with their hands up. Every man just had his bum cheeks hanging out. Just got your little willy just...
Mo Gilligan, In the Moment, new stand-up special, premiering today on Netflix. You've also got new episodes of Best Medicine, Will Trent, Doc, and High Potential on the old boob tube tonight, the old tele. All the late-night shows are new tonight, including Fallon, who's talking to Keke Palmer and Rachel Williams. Jimmy Kimmel's new with Ted Danson and Cassius Culpepper. Mark Ruffalo's going to be on with Colbert, and Seth Meyers has got Liam Neeson and Amber Ruffin as his guests this evening. It's New Release Tuesday, and there's not a whole lot, but if you like horror movies...
There's a lot of that?
You're in luck, because there's a new one coming out on DVD today called Keeper. Have you heard about Keeper?
Have I?
A folk horror movie directed by Osgood Perkins. This is the guy who wrote and directed Longlegs, the movie with Nicolas Cage, the creepy, weird, abducting kids. Yeah, so the movie is called Keeper. Film follows a couple spending their anniversary weekend at a secluded cabin in the woods.
Always, right?
When, guess what? Strange things begin occurring and the cabin's dark secrets are revealed.
Right.
I don't wanna play in your yard.
Why does it always have to end? Is there any way to keep love alive? Do I even know this man? Is it his face I see when I close my eyes? Or only a mask that he's wearing? Always there, looking back at me. I think he's a keeper.
Yeah, a lot of noises. People in cabins, haunting videos and pictures, and it's rated R. It's called Keeper. And it's a romantic anniversary trip to a secluded cabin that turns sinister when a dark presence reveals itself, forcing a couple to confront the property's haunting past.
Yeah.
That's what's new on New Release Tuesday.
That's scary. Did you see Kelly Clarkson's calling it a wrap after this season?
I did see that she was eventually going to end the show, but it's this season.
Yeah, I think that was news. I mean, yesterday's news. I didn't know that was happening. She announced yesterday it's coming to an end after her the season that's currently airing. So not like 2 or 3 years from now, but like right now after her seventh season.
Or what?
Well, last year, and I don't know if you remember, but her ex-husband passed away.
Yeah.
It was her ex-husband, her former manager, and the father, obviously, of her children. He had battled cancer for 3 years and was only 48 years old. So she's going to take some time off and kind of focus on stepping away from the daily schedule and prioritizing her children, and feels like it's right for this next chapter of our lives. So after this current season, which I'm assuming is the spring, right? That's when shows usually end. The 7th season will be on the spring for Kelly Clarkson show.
All right. That's what's on the tele tonight and what's new on New Release Tuesday. We watched Groundhog Day last night before bed. Little Bill Murray, BFM. Can't go wrong.
Some laughs.
Yeah. It's
some just reciting the lines. And
such an intriguing, film. You could literally become the smartest human being in the world if you were stuck in a time loop, if you really wanted to improve yourself. And he does a bit of that. He learns to play the piano, obviously. Reads all that French poetry, right? Because he has to try to figure her out. So he does improve himself to a point, but it was more about improving his character as opposed to improving his brain or his abilities or whatever. But yeah, Groundhog Day.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
Got a text from Donnie. Said, Rise of the 49ers is good. I'm a Niner geek, though. I asked him if it was on Netflix. I wasn't quite sure where he was watching that. Said, I've been watching it on AMC. Your boy Tom Brady is the narrator. Man, Joe Montana's wife is still hot. Friggin' champion. Yeah, Brady ran through a whole gamut of ladies there for a while. Early in his career, he was with, he's talking about Montana's wife,
yes.
But Brady had a slew. He had a run. He, early in his career, he was with Tara Reid, who famously got drunk at a Pats game up in the 300 section with a bunch of lunatics from Massachusetts, a bunch of massholes up there. Then he had Bridget Moynihan, right, the actress who gave birth to his kid.
Son, right? He has a son.
And then Giselle, all right, super duper world famous model. Couldn't keep her satisfied, though. She went and got the jiu-jitsu guy. He was too much in love with football. He said, yeah, babe, can't do it. So she went and got knocked up by her jiu-jitsu coach. And now he's been linked to some other little starlet. What the hell's her name? Alexis something or other?
Well, Jennifer Wallace, Jennifer Montana. They've been married since 1985, by the way. She's
is still hot, apparently, according to
she's
Donnie.
Very beautiful.
Very
she's
attractive.
Actress known, she was in Brotherhood, apparently, and they have 4 children together. And
well, you can't be married to Joe Montana unless you're a smoke show for the rest of your life. He's not gonna have that.
1985.
He's Joe friggin' Montana.
He married a model and an actress, so I think that was probably her destination, or anyway, right? That was what she was gonna be. Cool,
she's not marrying some guy that working in a coal mine, is what you're saying?
I'm saying no.
All right.
Interior designer. Too.
You were in Europe recently. You said you used Google Translate, but it's a little bit kind of janky because it's slow and maybe not as quick as direct speaking.
Yeah, I used it visually on menus, and that's where I ran into trouble because it depends on your internet connection, and B, you're looking at the words like this, and sometimes some of them will translate, but not like the whole list of all of them.
Also, the way
clearly,
that if you've ever taken language, whether it's Spanish, French, or Latin, or whatever, German, the way they form their sentences is different.
Of course,
than we would say we're at the cow's house, and they say we're at the house of the cow. It's just a very strange way that they shape their sentences, the structure of it all. So it can obviously be a little bit difficult. A situation a little bit more dire than trying to figure out what to order at a restaurant happened in New Jersey recently, and Google Translate came to the rescue.
I'm sure of it.
It was a couple whose baby was on the way, and unfortunately they didn't speak any English. And the cops that were trying to help these people didn't speak their language either. So the Google Translate came to the rescue, and they got the baby delivered.
As we were running across the street, we called the ambulance. We weren't really expecting that, especially the baby coming out when we opened the car door. So we couldn't really say much, but I just told her to breathe and push, and she did, and out came the head, and I held the head until the rest of it came out. Then the whole baby came out, and I was just holding it. We got some blankets, put a blanket on the mom, and then the baby on the blanket, and then covered it with another blanket just to keep it warm. We didn't have much of a choice. We just had to do what we had to do. And we're just glad everything worked out.
Push and breathe.
This is what we signed up to do. We signed up to help people in a time of need, and she was definitely in a time of need there.
I don't know if you really need the Google Translate. I mean, doesn't that kind of
breathe?
get?
Those are the things that are going to happen.
Doesn't that get the point across? I mean, you can kind of like 2 words. Sounds like breathe
and push
and push. Yeah. Benjamin Haynes and Gabriel Shirelli of the Woodstown Police Department there in Jersey, aiding in a roadside delivery. Woman going into labor in the backseat of her car. Parents and the officers were able to speak using Google Translate. They obviously spoke different languages, but she delivered the baby, and everything's good to go. The security footage, the man can be seen running into the police station before he and the 2 officers then rush back outside to the parked car where the woman was in active labor, like one of those. Yeah, we got no time. They said the baby was coming out when we opened the car door. So, yeah, they were able to get the Google Translate working and helped the mom deliver a healthy baby girl. Then, of course, the EMS people and everybody showed up and took care of all the other stuff that happened. But
you're going to want to say other things besides push and breathe, right? You got to be there to, what's your name? And, we're here to help and be reassuring and all of that stuff. So congratulations.
Yeah. Google Translate.
Backseat of a car. Oof.
There's worse places you could deliver a baby.
Absolutely. But
Elevator.
any of those situations where I've seen video footage of that looks like...
What do you think the worst place to deliver a baby would be?
I don't know.
Other than like garbage like,
something tragic. I don't know. I think anytime you have to like, this is happening now. I got to lay down, and this human being is coming out wherever we are right now. Is sounds like I would like medical help.
Yeah.
As opposed to your driveway or the backseat of a car.
A 13-year-old boy in Australia being hailed as a hero after he swam 4 kilometers through rough waters for help after his mom and his 2 siblings were swept out to sea off the Australia's southwest coast. The family were on vacation. Inflatable paddle boards and kayak pushed offshore by strong winds. The kid tried to paddle back shore in his kayak before it took on water in the rough seas. He then swam for 4 hours. Now, he had a life vest on, so that obviously helped him because it was choppy. But this kid swam for more than 4 hours to shore to be able to get help to go out there and save his mom and his 2 siblings. They're calling him superhuman.
Oh, my gosh.
He was in a kayak. His mom and his 2 siblings were on paddleboards, inflatable paddleboards, right?
Yeah.
The wind blew them out to sea. He tried paddling back to the beach to get help, but his kayak took on water and sank. So then he swam for 4 hours. They say he swam about 2.5 miles, had a life jacket on, ditched it apparently halfway through, though, because it was slowing him down. His family was over 8 miles out.
Oh, my gosh.
When the rescuers found them. Thanks to him, they're going to all be okay.
I just said, all right, not today, not today, not today. I have to keep on going.
Yeah, 47-year-old mother, 12-year-old son, 8-year-old daughter were all eventually found at night, by the way, at about 8:30 at night. So, trying to find a needle in a haystack kind of situation there. Clinging to the paddleboard, drifting about 14 kilometers offshore, so about 8 miles out. This mom and her 2 kids, and this kid swam 4 hours back to shore.
Superhuman, and what instincts, right? You're swimming, and you've got the life jacket on, but then you see the coastline, and it's getting closer and closer and closer, and, you're running out of time with your family.
But they don't do that again. Mm-hmm. Well, and sharks, and who knows what else are out there, and this kid's just swimming around. Mm-hmm. No, thank you. No, thank you. It's Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Get to Bad News, Happy Music later on. Still waiting to hear from Grant Bills from California, see if he's going to join us at his usual time. If not, then we'll figure something out. Got plenty of Super Bowl stuff to get to this morning.
I'm sure of it.
As we
Super
get closer,
Bowl Sunday.
Closer and closer to the big game on Sunday.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Start your day with Rock Mornings.
Was it full moon tomorrow?
It's beautiful, isn't it, though?
It's big and bright, but I don't think it's full. It's tomorrow, right? Tomorrow or Thursday?
I guess I wasn't exactly sure, but I know when I was driving to work this morning, I was in awe.
Yeah, it looks like it's almost full, but not fully full.
It was actually on Sunday.
Oh, so we already went past it. Okay. All right.
The next full moon is March 3rd.
All right. Got a month yet. But yeah, last night, I don't know, about 7 o'clock or so.
Real pretty.
Big and bright and beautiful. Mm-hmm. Big, beautiful moon. One of the easiest things you can do when it comes to taking better care of yourself is drink more water.
I know, right?
One of the number one things they tell you to do.
Challenging. You're like, did I do enough? Did I drink enough today? I don't know.
Well, look, any amount of doing something for yourself is good. Now, you may not be able to do the 8 glasses or whatever it is that they recommend, but if you're switching one of your sodas or one of your cups of coffee or one of your energy drinks to a water, that's probably going to help you out a little bit. I mean, they're not going to see like market differences, but there apparently has been an uptick in searches on Google for hot water. Because
like tea without the tea bag?
Yeah, there's a new TikTok health hack where they're saying that drinking hot water is healthier than drinking cold water. Especially hot water on an empty stomach. It's supposed to help with everything from digestion to circulation. Not really a new tip, warm drinks big in traditional Chinese medicine, supposed to be good for your qi. If you ask people in those circles, they'll probably say the hot water is better. Also supposed to help you with anxiety, weight loss, and filter out more toxins. But if you ask doctors, they'll say it's all fantasy.
That's a myth. It's just not a fact. Is that it?
A nutrition expert at the University of Virginia talked about it, said that more water in general is good, but whether it's hot or cold doesn't really matter.
There is water at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's water at the bottom of the ocean, ice cold, or if it's water that you just heated up in the morning. We did hear that thing about chugging a glass of cold water first thing in the morning on an empty stomach can help start your digestive system and get everything moving.
Well, and if you like to drink a cup of warm water in the morning to get yourself moving, then that's fine, right? If you prefer it warm. My mom never doesn't like cold drinks. She likes them room temperature warm.
Hot or cold water can help with digestion because hydration is in general helps. But the nutrition expert at the University of Virginia says the idea that hot water flushes more toxins is completely wrong.
Gatorade not only quenches your thirst better, it tastes better too, idiot. You're drinking the wrong water.
You're drinking the wrong water.
Well, and if you have a little bit of a scratchy throat or something, the warm water can be, very soothing.
They say your liver and kidneys deal with toxins. More water won't hurt, but drinking it cold is just as good as drinking it warm.
Can I have a glass of water?
Just have some.
What's wrong with the water next to your bed?
Tastes old.
Taste old.
Get yourself some fresh water.
But a new TikTok health hack trying to convince people that drinking hot water is better than drinking cold water, and these people are idiots.
Yeah, hydration is the key. The temperature is not important, but again, do you. If you like a warm cup of water in the morning or you've got a scratchy throat, then go for it.
There's, speaking of health hacks, there's a guy who's taken it to the extreme when it comes to his health. Have you heard about this dude?
I don't know. Is he
locked himself in his room for a year?
No, I have not.
So there's a 49-year-old guy, and go figure, he's on TikTok. His name is Skip. And launched a project called the Isolation Year, where he is staying inside one room in his house without leaving, unless, of course, he has an emergency, for an entire year. He started back on January 10th, so he's about 3 weeks into the 365-day challenge. He said, the rules are simple. I do not leave the room. My live stream remains active 24/7. I don't bring in outside entertainment or unplanned interaction. I live, sleep, work out, read, write, and spend my time here.
My name is Skip. I'm 49 years old, and I'm starting something today that scares me a little. On January 10th, I'm locking myself into this room for an entire year. I'm doing this because I'm tired of being the version of myself that avoids hard things. One goal is simple. By the end of the year, I want to do one perfect pull-up. The pull-up is the proof, but the real goal is rebuilding who I am from the ground up. This is day minus 70. I'm starting the preparation now.
So is it like a studio that I'm assuming, where there's a little kitchen and there's a little bathroom and there's a sleeping area?
He said, it's not about shock value. I want to create a controlled environment to step away from constant stimulation, reestablish discipline, and rebuild habits around health, focus, and accountability. He lives in Utah, and he apparently used to own a construction business. He lives with a family, although his kids are adults, so they either don't live at the house or are able to take care of themselves. His isolation room is partially separated from the rest of the house, and he used his skills as a construction worker to set this thing up. He has a bathroom with a shower, a makeshift gym, and an elaborate live streaming setup. He's not allowed to have unhealthy foods and drinks, no alcohol or drugs, working with a virtual trainer to get in shape, and he's apparently using his wife to provide him with food.
I was just going to say, there has to be some sort of a partnership where they're cooperating on this venture, because she's getting him the healthy food. I mean, you could DoorDash it, I suppose, or Instacart or whatever and have it delivered, but she's probably assisting with all of that, and in the meantime maintaining the rest of the house, right? Like, if you're not going out, you're not mowing the lawn or taking out the garbage or doing any of the other things.
So now, and then she agreed to it. She's like, all right, well, I guess we're doing this stupid thing. Well, and he's going to make probably decent money off of the stream, right? There's going to be looky-loos and people tuning in, and he'll probably generate some kind of revenue from that. But spending an entire year in a room by himself to reestablish discipline.
And more like a wing, right? Like he built a section of his house. A room is probably like that. When you think about that, you think of more of like isolation.
It'd be almost like if you were in your basement, right?
There's a workout center over here. Here's my showering area.
Right.
Here's my live streaming area. Here's where I cook
where I sleep,
my food.
yeah,
and
where I eat, all that stuff.
So more like a wing.
1 year to reestablish dominance and endurance and whatever the else he said, and do a pull-up. He's trying to do one pull-up. One perfect pull-up. Skip. That is taking it to the extreme.
It is.
It's like your hypothetical question for me.
Yeah. Would you want to do that?
Be alone for a year? Hell yeah. That'd be great.
In your wing?
Not be around people? Get a lot more naps in. That'd be sure. Sure of that. Sports coming up in a bit. We're going to talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. Looks like we're not going to get Grant Bills today. Maybe later this week. He's got some scheduling issues and stuff, so try to hash that out. But we'll try to get to him at some point, maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find the daily podcast at rockmornings.com.
Get ready for the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show with Bad Bunny. Special guest, Bad Baby. Plus, Bad Company, Bad Religion, Bad Finger, Bad English, Bad Brains, and a bad Michael Jackson tribute band. I'm bad, the Apple Music Super Bowl 60 halftime show. As usual, the day after, everyone will say it was bad.
Yes, the old Bad Bunny halftime show coming up at Super Bowl 60. We now have an alternative.
We have an additional halftime entertainment.
The Turning Point halftime show, which is going to be available on a bunch of different streaming services, I guess. And it's got Kid Rock,
That's
Brantley
correct.
Gilbert, and a couple other people.
Yes.
But yeah.
Lee Brice, Gabby
Brice, there we
Barrett were all part of that alternative halftime show.
I didn't recognize any of the streaming stuff. It's not going to be on a regular channel, right?
Real America's Voice and OAN.
Okay.
So you might have to look into that if that's where you're...
But yeah, if you don't want to watch Bad Bunny, you certainly don't have to. You can tune into the Puppy Bowl, which will be on the Animal Planet, or the Turning Point halftime program featuring Kid Rock and Brantley Gilbert and a couple of others on some kind of streaming platform. There's a list now of the 5 worst halftime shows of the modern era.
All right.
Put together by...
Do you agree with them?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. I don't care enough to care about the halftime. You know what I mean? Whatever, dude. They can do whatever they want. I don't know. People get mad about the silliest of things. Bad. Yeah, I want Metallica to play because I love Metallica. But if Bad Bunny's playing, whatever. I'm not going to watch. It'll be on in the background. I'll go in the bathroom and get a beer and eat some chips, and I'll be good. It's not that big a deal. It's not going to ruin my experience. They say that number 1, the worst halftime show that they ever experienced, according to TVLine.com, was the Maroon 5 year. Super Bowl 53 from 2019. Adam Levine taking his shirt off with all the tattoos and people freaking out.
I remember him being shirtless.
They say that was the worst halftime show of the modern era. Then they put a bunch in number 2. The Disney halftime shows. Do you remember these? I don't remember them at all.
Is this with a collective, is this Britney in that group or?
No.
Then I don't
remember.
Sort
of. The Disney halftime shows of Super Bowls 25, 29, and 34, which were in 91, 95, and 2000. The first one back in 1991 featured New Kids on the Block. The second one at Super Bowl 29 in 1995 featured Tony Bennett and Patti LaBelle.
Ooh, I don't remember that.
And then the third one from Super Bowl 34 in the year 2000 was headlined by Phil Collins, Christina Aguilera, and Enrique Iglesias. It was the Disney halftime shows. They say that's number 2 on the list of the worst halftime shows of the Super Bowl era, the modern era. Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake from Super Bowl 38. We all remember that in 04 because of the nipple.
To be honest, it's like it wasn't too much of a conversation. Just one of those things where you go like, yeah, we're not gonna do that again. You know, like I stumbled through it. You know, to be quite honest, like I had my wires crossed, and it's just something that you have to look back on and go like, okay, well, you can't change what's happened, but you know, you can move forward and learn from it.
An issue that's not an issue.
I can't believe how much we freaked out about a half a second of a nipple. I mean, we are the worst.
Well,
this is why I can't have empathy for people. I just can't. It's a half a second of a nipple. Nobody saw it until it was on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some of us had, you know, the DVRs and we could pause it and look at it. But I mean,
it was scale, but the reaction was.
I just couldn't believe how much people were freaking out. It's such an idiocy thing.
But they're saying the show itself wasn't that good then, I'm saying?
Yeah, they apparently the gripe with this one is about how Janet got blacklisted, but JT didn't really suffer any sort of consequences, right? She basically got, you know, told, hey, look, man, you're too hot to touch right now.
Yeah.
But JT just kind of went on with his career. It befuddled me. What the hell's the word I'm looking for?
Outrage?
Outrage. There you go. Number 4 on their list of the worst halftime shows is from 1997 Super Bowl 31. The Blues Brothers, which wasn't really the Blues Brothers because Belushi had died, so they brought in his brother to perform with Dan Aykroyd. And I don't know. The 90s, dude, it was a different... we're talking 30 years ago, all right? I don't know if it was that bad. It's almost forgettable. You know what I mean? You might even be... They did?
Right. You can definitely name the ones that stood out and that were good, but...
Prince obviously comes to mind. Number 5, the last one on their list, 5 worst halftime shows of the modern era, according to TVLine.com. The Black Eyed Peas from Super Bowl 45 in 2011. They even brought in Slash and Usher, and neither of them could save it.
What you gonna do with all that junk inside your trunk?
I'ma get you drunk, get you love drunk off my hump.
I don't even remember that one. I mean, I know they did it, but I couldn't. Yeah.
Nope.
It's forgettable. Some of the worst halftime performances over the last umpteen years, according to TVLine.com. We've also got massive amounts of money being bet on the Super Bowl. A record $1.76 billion on legal Super Bowl bets. That doesn't include the bookie up the street that'll break your legs if you don't pay him. You know, the meter's running. The American Gaming Association says no single event brings fans together like the Super Bowl. And this record figure shows how much Americans enjoy sports betting as part of the experience. One of the biggest bets is Mattress Mac. He's doing it again.
Okay, so what's this again?
This is the guy that owns the mattress stores. Jim,
but what's the bet?
Mattress Mac McKingvale. Houston furniture salesperson, known for placing large sports wagers tied to promotions for his gallery furniture store, wagered $2 million on the AFC to win the Super Bowl at plus 200 odds last week at Caesars Sportsbook before the AFC and NFC championship games were played. The wager was the first reported by ESPN, confirmed to Yahoo Sports by the Sportsbook. The wager is now effectively a bet on the Patriots to win at plus 200 odds. It would score him $4 million if he wins. One of the biggest already being placed on the Super Bowl coming up this Sunday.
You got to get on the board here. Are you going to get a square? Yesterday when I left, I think there was 6 or something left. We got to fill that board.
I saw the board. I don't know if I have any interest in it.
Why?
Because it's $10?
Yeah.
What the hell am I going to do with $10?
What do you mean?
Well, the payouts aren't very good.
So? It's a fun work thing.
There's no fun.
It's a $10 square.
When
Buy
it comes to
the
the
damn
Patriots.
square.
No, you can't force me to buy a square. If I'm going to gamble,
buy a square.
If I'm going to gamble,
buy them everywhere you go.
Bet big, win big. I'm talking $50 squares. Talking $100 squares.
Nobody here can afford a $50 square.
I can.
Well, okay, but Will you play along, please?
No.
Yes.
That's the other thing. I don't want to play along in company forced shenanigans. That's not my
It's
jam.
not forced shenanigans. It's
What are you trying to do to me right now?
You do these everywhere you go, and you won't give the $10 at work.
Where I'm not forced to do it. I'm not forced to do it in these other places. You're trying to force me to do it.
Forcing you to do it.
Telling me that I'm not a company man.
Suggesting that you do it.
I don't care about some person upstairs winning money. I care about me winning money.
Well, of course.
So
you
I don't
get
want
the right square, and you will.
No, I'm good. No, thanks. Got some bad omens coming up in a bit. Bad news, happy music as well. Rockmornings.com. Lots of text messages. We'll get to some of those here in a few.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Weekdays, 6 to 9.
Bad omens. On Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene.
That's a rocker.
Got a bunch of text messages from people. Got one from your punter.
Travis Mangine?
Travis Mangine, Gene's favorite punter.
He's way up north.
Up there in the Iron River portion of Wisconsin. Said it's got to feel good to be hated again. Good luck to your Pats this weekend. As I said to you, 2 weeks ago, I've actually gotten quite a bit of support from people. I think they were happy that it was, Brady and Belichick are gone, and May seems like a really good guy, and no cheating scandal yet to speak of. We'll see how that shakes out, but got a text from Zach. He said $10 goes towards the spooky spins. I said $10 will last you about 2 seconds. That's two $4 spins.
Yes.
$10 ain't gonna. Every bit helps. $10 only helps if it's got $1,000 behind it. You can't bet big with $10. Shorty down in Florida texted in, said, want to wish Doc and Mrs. Doc a happy 36th wedding anniversary.
I saw that.
Happy anniversary to our very own Doc and his lovely wife, Lori Niles. It's good to see them at the Riverfront Revolt a couple of weekends ago, hanging out, having a good time.
Yes, out and doing things and celebrating 36 years.
36 years.
Whew.
Someone texted in and said, Gene has, it has to be his idea. That's how I get my 3-year-old to do something I want him to do.
About the $10 board?
Yeah, this person obviously doesn't know me. I said it has to be real money. I can find $10 in my shoe. Yeah.
Play along.
It used to be fun. Now it's not fun.
It's right out here. I can grab it for you.
No, I'm good. Got a text from Chris. Said, when will there be more games listed? WiscoTrips.com.
Oh, soon.
The opening day bus trip to Miller Park to see the Brewers take on the White Sox on Thursday, March 26th. Almost sold out in La Crosse and Eau Claire. There's only a handful of seats remaining for either of those two bus trips. So if you want to grab a seat, grab it now. WiscoTrips.com. Opening day, Miller Park. Brewers and White Sox.
Yeah, I think there's a handful for La Crosse, and there's only a single ticket, I believe, for Eau Claire. But in answer to your question, very soon.
Yeah, we'll have a bunch more games up there soon.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. He also said, could you play some Pearl Jam? Thanks. Have a great day. I'll get to your Pearl Jam, Chris, here in just a couple minutes. Hank said, can we all start a bet on how long this guy's wife leaves him? I think he's referring to Mattress Mac.
Oh, the guy... Oh, no, I bet the guy living in the house that won't come out of the room.
Oh, okay. That might be it, yeah. The dude doing the health thing where he's living in a room.
Kind of a wing he built for himself. The thing, they have to obviously be in super-duper cooperation because...
Well, yeah, she's got to feed him.
And do all the things.
Do all the things. The trash and the mowing, as you mentioned, all the stuff. Feeding
Take care of the house. For a year.
Donnie texted in and said, would have been sweet to put 100 on the Pats at the beginning of the season. Who saw that coming? Congrats, dude. Thank you, Donnie. Appreciate that. You could have put that 100 on the Seahawks or the Pats. They both came in at very long odds at the beginning of the season. I think they were 60-1 to win the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, a Honda would have scored you some serious cash. Would have been good. Also, text from Grant Bills. We're not going to be talking to him today. Likely going to hear from him on Thursday. So, unfortunately, we... because of the scheduling and everything that goes on there, he's very busy with media stuff and getting guests and dealing with Bill Michaels. And so we will not be talking to Grant Bills today. I apologize.
Well, they just flew in. They had to get all set up, media passes, find out where they're staying, get their booth area. And so that doesn't surprise me. But the fact that we get to talk to him this week when he's actually there to hear about the place and the vibe and the people that he's seen and, that kind of stuff is going to be really, really cool.
Yeah. Grant Bills, host of the Wisco Sports Show, weekday afternoons on stations all across the state of Wisconsin, including WKTY in La Crosse and Sports Talk 105.1 in Eau Claire. The Zone in the Madison area is also on in Appleton. The
Broadcasting
Fox
live all week from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Bill Michaels doing his show live from Super Bowl. So is Grant Bills, and you can tune into them, check them out.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll hear from Grant Bills by Thursday. That's the plan as of right now.
Love it.
Chris wanted to hear some Pearl Jam, so here you go, Chris. We got Bad News, Happy Music coming up. We'll get to the rest of our check-ins, and we've got some luxury items to deal with.
Ooh.
Do you have a luxury item?
Not really.
All right. Well, we'll find out more about that in a few.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com.
I didn't realize this, but apparently at, the U.S. Open, I think last year, caviar and McNuggets went viral. Did you hear about this?
Mm-mm. Like they were putting caviar on McNuggets?
Yeah, so chicken McNugget and caviar combo served at the U.S. Open in August of 2025. And I don't know if it was actual McDonald's chicken McNuggets, but it was some sort of chicken nugget. And then it went kind of viral afterwards, combining, essentially a low-quality food item with a high-quality food item.
Mm-hmm. High-low food trend where something's high and something's low, and you put them together.
Well, now McDonald's is releasing a McNugget caviar kit. A 1-ounce tin of McNugget caviar, a $25 McDonald's gift card for chicken nuggets, of course, and a mother-of-pearl caviar spoon. They're giving away their free McNugget caviar kits on McNuggetCaviar.com starting next Tuesday, the 10th of February. That'll be 10 a.m. our time. And there's probably a very limited supply.
I'm sure.
If you give it a Google, I'm sure you'll find out more. But if you want to go right to the website, it's McNuggetCaviar.com. And next Tuesday at 10 a.m., you can sign up and maybe get yourself a free McDonald's Chicken McNugget Caviar Kit.
I'm loving it. Well, there's obviously lots of different kinds of caviar. You can buy some caviar in the grocery store for a jar like this for $10.
Yeah.
Or, which may be what they're giving away, which you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah, it's not going to be...
It's not the $200 an ounce stuff.
But maybe it's a way to introduce yourself to caviar where you're not out $200.
On a nugget?
I don't know, dude. People make the weirdest food combos.
Okay. All right.
Lamb and tuna fish.
Okay, I'm not doing it.
Do you have a luxury item in your life? Do you have anything that you would consider luxurious? At your home, at work, in your car? Anything that you would consider luxurious?
No. I don't think I do.
Run-of-the-mill, average-ass jean.
I do.
Just regular-ass jean.
I'm not into, like, handbags, you know what I mean?
So you don't have a Coach purse?
I do not have a Coach purse.
Do you have an expensive lotion, like a lotion you get from Paris?
No, I don't have any of that. No, that's
some
pretty
sort of
regular.
teeth whitening thing?
Nope, none of that.
Nothing, huh? Not one luxurious item.
I don't think so. We have a really good frying pan. Like a hex-clad.
Those are expensive if you get the whole set. I mean,
just not. It was one pan, and he got it for Christmas a couple years ago. It's a really good pan.
There's a Ask Reddit thread about luxury items that once you experience them, you can never go back.
I get this because there's some things where like generic just doesn't cut it. There's certain things I like to just have brand names.
Yeah, but we're not talking about name brand mayonnaise here. We're talking about luxury items, okay?
Yeah, I know, but
that's
even
a whole different thing.
Even like
it's a whole different thing. No, admit it. Admit we're not talking about name brand versus generic.
But I am saying like there's things like having a remote car starter. Once you do, you're never going to go back. So
there you go. But I wouldn't consider that a luxury item.
No,
20 years ago,
I get where
when it wasn't standard on vehicles. Yes. It was a luxury item. It is no longer. It is now the standard.
I know.
And this list pisses me off because there's some really stupid, mundane things on here that are not luxurious. Like, I have a massage chair in my house. I paid $1,900 for it. I sit in it every single day. I would consider that a luxury item.
I would.
Because most people don't have.
I would agree with that.
Right? Like, if you have a really nice in-ground pool, sure, a lot of people have it, but a lot of people don't.
A lot of people don't.
So that is, people are going to Walmart or wherever, picking up the $300 kit and just trying to, suffice.
Yes.
But a really nice in-ground pool, with a diving board and a pool house and all that, that's luxury, right?
Correct. Oh, that's way off the charts luxury. Well, these are probably more regular people because regular people don't have a lot of stuff.
Having your own place. Now.
Yes.
Having roommates was fun at a time, but once you become an adult, having Steve smoking bowls in his room and leaving his milk, undrinking milk in between the window and the screen, I don't want Steve in the house anymore. I don't want to deal with Steve.
That's a luxury, though, when you can afford an apartment without being able to share it with people because of the rent's so high.
The rent is too damn high.
It is too damn high.
Again, I feel like a lot of these answers are very mundane, which I don't know if that says a lot about where we're living.
It does.
As a society.
I'm saying to you, yeah.
Because I don't think of having your own place as a luxury item. I mean, I've lived in apartments with people, by myself. I've had my house with my wife. I mean, keeping your house at a temperature that's comfortable is a luxury item that people are posting.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's a luxury that you can never give up once you've experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I can keep my house at a comfortable temperature, I'm never going back. Did these people never get VIP to a concert and meet the band, or is there not? Am I living a glamorous life?
We're trying to hang on, Brian. You are.
Am I living a glamorous life?
You are. Yes, they just want to keep the heat and air conditioning on.
What are these people doing?
Well, that's where we're at.
I got to get out more. Decent noise canceling headphones for air travel. I will say that
a good pair of headphones is
a
cool.
really good pair. As a person who wears headphones every single day, it can make a big difference. But I would not consider expensive, really good headphones a luxury item.
I would say that going somewhere is the luxury item.
Yeah.
They're going on vacation.
Now we start to get to the stuff which I would consider luxurious. Luxury that you would never give up once you experienced it. There's an Ask Reddit about this. And again, I thought the first couple items were very mundane. Business class on flights over 8 hours. So this is the upgrade to the better seats.
Never done it in my life.
That, to me, I would have a hard time going backwards. If my wife and I are talking about when we get old and we want to travel and we've got some money eventually and retire and all that, that if we were to take that trip to whatever that screensaver on your computer, the one with the blue water and the little huts and the nice weather and the guys that wait on you, that's going to be one of those first class trips. We're not going to sit in the back with Coffee McCofferson and his stupid kid that won't stop kicking the back of the seat.
Yeah.
We're going to be in the front with the mimosas and the hot towels and who knows what else. The cookies, the warm cookies. I don't know what else they do up there. The massages, maybe?
No, there's no massages.
This is an interesting one. Luxury that you would never give up once you've experienced it. Hiring movers.
Oh, totally. Totally.
Someone to do all the carrying and lifting and moving.
Yes.
But you still have to do all the work of putting it in boxes and all that crap.
Well, no, because movers will do that for you.
They do that too?
Yeah, movers will do that too. As someone who has to move two more kids coming up in a couple.
I wouldn't necessarily consider this a luxury item, but I will say that making the jump to a good mattress and a good pillow, I don't think I could go back. You know what I mean? We've had this mattress.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm very comfortable. The pillow is great, but...
Well, you're having back issues, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, it might be the 27-year-old mattress we're sleeping on.
Here's one right in your wheelhouse. These are luxury items that people are saying they would never go back once they've experienced them. Not having to look at the prices when buying groceries.
Just whatever I'm getting is what we're having.
That's what we do.
Right.
I mean, we'll look at the prices. If there's, green beans are 60 cents cheaper in the generic can.
Yes.
But we're not doing that to save money. It just makes sense to spend 60 cents less on something like green beans.
Yes.
This is another one right up your alley.
Okay.
A housekeeper once or twice a month. Someone coming over doing the deep clean on the bathroom, the shower. Again, I felt like this list was very mundane. These are just regular things that you deal with on a daily basis. I wouldn't consider a dishwasher a luxury item. I mean, you don't always have one, but I wouldn't say that's a luxury. I just think of luxury as expensive, like things that are almost out of reach.
Yeah, but remember when you didn't have a dishwasher and you were like, man, if we could just, at some point in my life, I want to move into a house that has a dishwasher?
Yeah, but I could have had a dishwasher if I wanted to buy one. I just didn't think it was a luxury. I didn't consider it luxury. I mean, it's nice. I like it, but I can still wash dishes by hand. And I, again, don't consider it a luxury. Do you?
I don't know. Yes.
Really?
I mean, I guess I didn't say that, but my roll-away dishwasher is definitely a luxury. I don't want to be doing dishes by hand.
Luxury items that people would never go back once they experienced them.
And apparently that's caviar on a nugget, so make sure you get signed up. Try to win.
Yeah, not sure. I feel like any of those items were very luxurious.
I don't know. I'd love to try what business class is actually like sometime, but I'm sure once you do, you're like, this has so much more legroom. Oh, my God.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't want to go back.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I told people that all the time about going to Rockfest. Like, we have corporate VIP, so we have the VIP on top of the VIP. And I always tell people, like, there's no way I could be out there in the campgrounds with you people. I just couldn't do it. Nope. It's like tenting, right? Once you stay in a hotel with air conditioning, why the hell would you stay in a tent? That seems crazy to me. But I wouldn't consider a hotel luxurious. I certainly wouldn't go back.
Well, now those glamping tents are very nice and all set up.
Yeah. Bad News, Happy Music is coming up. Rockmornings.com to weigh in on luxury items that you would never go back once you experience them. We'll get to our check-ins later on. Right now, it's Volbeat.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. More from Brian and Gene is coming up.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril.
Now that's just nasty.
Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some hashtag Florida Man for flavor.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
38-year-old man in California stole not one, but two airplanes. Flew one of them across two different states, all while high on meth.
So he took one, landed it, and took another one?
Doesn't have a plane license either, a pilot license.
I'm here to tell you about drugs and alcohol and why they're bad, okay?
Yeah. FBI first got wind of a plane going missing when a single-engine aircraft disappeared from the Auburn Municipal Airport in Washington State on January 3rd.
Okay.
Obviously, planes have a transponder, all that stuff, broadcasting the signal to air traffic controllers. The transponder, however, had been manipulated during the flight in order to conceal where the plane had been over a 3-day period.
So this guy's very familiar with airplanes.
Well, yeah, and that's a big, huge risk, right? You're talking about terrorism. You're talking about guys that are going to fly planes into buildings.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on here, right? January 6th, 3 days later, authorities recovered that stolen plane, parked at an airport in Corona, California, over 1,000 miles away. At this point, the FBI and other officers, other agencies, may have suspected they were dealing with a seasoned pilot, even a professional airport theft team. They staked out the Corona Municipal Airport, but as the days turned into weeks, they may have begun to suspect it was a dead end. Then on January 27th, 38-year-old Christian Estoic rolled up to the airport. He started a different aircraft, which hadn't been registered since 2017. This thing's just sitting there. FBI said at that time, agents concluded this guy was in the process of stealing the plane and took him into custody. He admitted to stealing the first plane.
And the second plane?
Doesn't have a pilot's license, isn't listed on either plane's registration,
Okay,
admitted to the officers he was under the influence of meth while operating the plane. So this guy got high on meth, stole a plane.
And flew planes, and then
just got in the air and flew it 1,000 miles away and landed it and all that stuff. Yeah. Being prosecuted by the U.S. Attorney's Office in L.A.
off of it.
Released on bond. Guess they don't think the guy's a flight risk, but this dude out there smoking drugs and stealing planes.
Don't smoke crack.
Solid
I think
advice.
He is a flight risk.
Yeah. He got a flight simulator game at his house? Is he not?
Oh, he's up in the air. High.
We could just take that initiative and turn it to the positive. 2 stories in a row about grown men getting naked. The first one was at Universal Studios Hollywood. On Saturday, a man was caught taking off his clothes during one of the tram tours. Appeared to be under the influence. Unclear if he's facing charges.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
So he paid the unbelievable amount it costs to go to these places for a day and then got there, got drunk, and took his clothes off?
He began to roll on the floor and taunt employees from the side of the track. Now go away or I'll be forced to taunt you a second time. He then returned to the vehicle, and that's when he began to further disrobe in front of more than 150 guests, including women and children.
Of course, that's who's at a place like that, families.
According to one of the men that was taking video with his cell phone, it took park security 15 minutes to arrive and allow the remaining guests to be removed from the scene. Of course, there's video and pictures and all that stuff of this dude. We received apologies from the driver and the host of the experience. Although they did their best to handle the situation, procedures should definitely be reevaluated.
Yes, I would agree.
It should not have been allowed to escalate to that level of intensity.
And also, 15 minutes to get a naked guy off a train.
The guests were also given express lane passes for their entire party.
Oh, thanks. You don't have to wait in line anymore.
The guy who got most of the video said, "It's safe to say this was not a tram-tastic day at Universal Studios." Yeah. This dude getting naked on one of these tram tours at Universal Studios Hollywood, which I don't know, what does that cost?
A lot. My guess is $100 or more, maybe way more a person, probably.
And another man got naked. This was on a plane. Air Asia passenger, apparently intoxicated, stripped off his clothes mid-flight and then attempted to jump off of the plane. Oh. Number 1, never flying again. Number 2, you get to do whatever you want to this guy, right? You can punch him and then duct tape him to the seat. Like, that's what you get to do to these people when they start acting a fool on a plane?
Well, I'm sure there was air marshals and people that were able to, control him and secure him for the remainder of the flight is probably the sentence.
There's some great pictures and video of this guy, too, just doing one of these on the plane.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
Yeah, he was at Universal Studios, and then he got on a plane to go somewhere else. Intoxicated Air Asia passenger causing a stir, stripping off his clothes mid-flight, attempting to jump out of the aircraft. Someone said, "I have flown hundreds, if not thousands of times, never encountered anything like this." Going from Vietnam to Thailand, this guy apparently maybe got overserved at the airport bar, or what stays in Thailand, one of these things.
I don't know. It's never been my go-to move is to take my clothes off. I've never been like, you know what? I need less clothes.
I will say he didn't get fully naked. He was only down to his boxers, so he at least had some sort of covering on his
hot in there.
On his genitals. Like Danny DeVito on a couch at a Christmas party. Yes. Yeah. He, by the way, got arrested. No big surprise there.
Not surprised.
No. Last but not least.
Okay.
This is at a hospital in France. Had to be evacuated after a man walked in to have a procedure, and the surgeons discovered that he had a World War I shell inside of his rectum.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah. Surgeons at a hospital in France performing a procedure on a patient when they discovered a World War I shell inside this guy's ass.
It was 1,000,000 to 1 shot, Doc. 1,000,000 to 1.
Huh?
Yeah. Obviously, that caused a panic, prompting an emergency evacuation of the hospital. They had to call the police bomb squad and everything. And this is not a old war injury where this guy got something lodged in his body and he was walking
That's
around.
That's what I thought you were going to, but no.
No, he stuck it up there. Yeah. This happened last Saturday, and the guy was 24 years old, so he's not from World War I.
Okay. Then what
Unless
I was thinking is not the truth.
Abe Lincoln time traveler guy. Had been complaining of discomfort due to an inserted object in his backside.
Stick it up the butt.
Yeah. So he obviously put it there himself. Didn't say why, but don't need a reason why. We just know you like sticking stuff up your butt. Fortunately, the bomb squad determined that the shell was harmless. Unfortunately, the guy is not in the clear. Officials are planning to charge him with some kind of weapons violation. Unclear what he's facing.
Wrecked him, damn near killed him.
So, yeah, this guy apparently
got his hands on a shell from
at the age of 24, when all else failed, decided that a World War II shell was the go-to. That was the move.
I wonder where he obtained such shell.
I don't know.
Like,
maybe
you
in a
buy that on
field.
the internet?
Maybe in a field. Maybe
Buy
at
that
an
on
army
the internet?
surplus store. Do they have an army surplus store? Maybe at a yard sale. Maybe he stole it from a museum. I don't know.
Stole it from Gramps?
Saw it there behind the glass at a museum and said, you know what? I got to put that in my ass. That needs to go right up my backside.
What's up, Harry? Did NASA find oil on your anus, man?
No, but they did find
Bomb squad came in, though, and found this in my butt.
Did find a shell from World War I stuck up his rear end. Yeah, so there's that. Man, you really got to like sticking stuff up there to be putting World War I
potential explosives
shells in
up there.
I mean, that's wow. That's not a good way to spend a Saturday.
For anybody involved, not the nurses or the doctors.
I will say, at least he went in, and said, hey, look, I'm having some discomfort. I need you guys to get in here and take this thing out. But maybe a phone call, like, in advance saying, look, this isn't just something you can go pick up at the sex toy store, right?
Shampoo bottle here.
No.
This is something special.
Yeah. This isn't my regular Tuesday night. This guy.
I'm coming in hot. I'll be coming in hot.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Bad news with happy music. We'll get to our daily check-ins after Saliva.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Find them online at rockmornings.com. Call.
Hello.
Email.
I tried emailing you.
Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff.
Check this out.
Rockmornings.com is the website where you can find all of our contact info, lots and lots of text messages. This morning, just got one from somebody. Not quite sure who it is. They don't have a name on their text, but this is win for Golden Day. Look at the eyes on this guy or girl. National Golden Retriever Day. And
yes, please.
You've got a Winnie.
Had a Winnie.
Or had a Winnie, but
Yeah.
they've got a Win. I don't know if it's short for Winnie or
I hope she's all of everything my Winnie was and more.
Jim texting in saying new meaning of explosive diarrhea,
Yes,
LOL.
yes.
You guys got a mortar
call
shell
ahead.
stuck up his rear end.
Mm-hmm.
Brenda said once you stay in a camper, you'll never go back to a tent.
That's what you were saying.
Dude, I want no part of an air mattress and water getting in.
I used to love
and
that so
mosquitoes
much.
and not
Yes.
having air conditioning. I want comforts.
Canoeing down the river and stopping in whatever sandbar you want and throwing up a tent.
That's a young man's game. I want nothing to do with all that.
Once you go to a camper.
Did that in my 20s. Don't need to do it again.
Not going back.
You know what? I have the money and the means. Life's too short. I want to be in the camper with the AC.
Saw these cool the Sienna, the new Toyota thing with the tent on the top.
Yeah.
You know, where you just put up the sides and then go like that.
Yeah,
and
that
lay
looks-
down. Yeah.
No thanks. They have hotel rooms.
Yeah, I know, but that
Real
looks like
beds.
traveling real easy. Just pull over to the side of the road. And
Eric
sleep.
texted in, I have a Corgi and a Yorkie. Thank you for the text. Today is National Golden Day. Golden Retriever Day, not Yorkie and Corgi Day, but thank you. Zach said, do you still post the replay of the show on the YouTube? And I said, we post clips, but not the entire show. And don't do it necessarily every single day. Sometimes the cameras don't work. Shorty said, I want to wish Doc and Mrs. Doc a happy 36th wedding anniversary.
Me too.
Happy anniversary, Doc and Lori. Love you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else texted in and said, Gene, it has to be his idea. That's how I get my 3-year-old son to do something I want him to do.
Oh, buying a square on the Super Bowl board? Is
And
that what they're
I told
referring
this person it's got to be more than $10. I can find $10 in my shoe. I'm gonna
to? $10 square for a
I'm
Super
gonna gamble.
Bowl
I'm
board.
gonna really gamble.
Fill that up today.
No. Chris wanted to hear some Pearl Jam earlier, did that. Also wanted to know about when more of the bus trips to baseball games are going to be online.
Very soon, I would imagine. We've got 6 more seats from lacrosse to opening day on March 26th for that Brewer game. So let's sell that out, and then there will be more games for the season for sure.
Donnie texted in earlier, said he's been watching Rise of the 49ers. He said he's a Niner geek. Asked him if it was on Netflix. He said it's on AMC. Tom Brady apparently is the narrator. And Joe Montana's wife is still hot. Friggin' champion.
It's probably an interesting series.
Yeah. Well, TB12, of course, grew up a Montana fan and got comparisons and all that stuff. Let's see. Mike wanted to know earlier this morning, are we going to do a bus trip to Sun Prairie to watch Jimmy do his prediction next year? We talked about that years ago.
We did.
About doing a bus trip. I don't know. When is Groundhog Day next year? Is it on a Friday?
I don't know. But I do know that a lot of the activities for Sun Prairie, though, go on the weekend before. Like I guess they extended into. That's when their pub crawl was and other activities that support then the groundhog on Monday morning, or the February 2nd morning, I guess.
Next year, it looks like it's on a Tuesday.
Yeah, so I think they'd still have a lot of their activities the weekend before.
Travis Mangine, your favorite punter.
Lives in the Iron
River area.
Yep.
Said it's got to feel good to be hated again. Good luck with to your Pats this weekend. Speaking of my Pats, big thanks to Squirrel and his lovely lady Cynthia, who dropped off some Patriot stuff that they just made. They've got a 3D printer, and so they made the old school Pat the Patriot logo.
Pat the Patriot.
Unfortunately, the chain is not big enough to go around my giant melon.
You're going to wear that around your neck?
I would love to, but I can't. My melon's too big. I tried to put it on in front of Cynthia. Yes.
Is it more like a crown then? Is it?
Yeah, it would just basically sit on the top of my bulbous head. Cynthia, thank you very much. Wolf Girl 3D Prints apparently is the name of their business. I don't know if I can add an extra link here or what the situation is, but they 3D print all sorts of stuff.
That's not getting around your neck.
It's not getting around my head, no. Can make any picture turn into a 3D print or any object into a 3D print. So if you've got like a photo or something like that of a dog or
you can see
whatever.
how it made it into a 3D print.
Yeah, 3D printing. It's the new thing. Also got a message on Facebook from Tom who said, what brand of noise-canceling headphones do you use, and are they wireless? It's the Sony, what the hell are they? The Sony WH something or other. I don't know, but they are noise canceling and they are wired and wireless. So phones don't have any jacks anymore.
Yeah. No, I know.
So it's Bluetooth. So they have Bluetooth capability, but then they also have a cord because I got to plug in here in the studio. So thank you, Tom, for asking. And last but not least, got an email. This one is from Matt. And Matt says, I don't have a Louis Vuitton Jenga set, but I do have a heated steering wheel. Does that count?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so, because if you've ever priced one of those bad boys out, like if you don't have one and you want to get it installed, that is a lot of money.
It's a luxury
and it's
item.
Very luxurious to have a heated steering wheel.
Yeah, I think it's just because I drive a car that was made 2 decades ago. Maybe that's why I think that all this stuff is like...
You're happy with brakes that work.
I am.
Oh, that's a luxury.
I know. Good shocks.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Thank you very much for all the correspondence. Have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you tomorrow.